computer timed out. So it's been 5 minutes. Sorry, my brain is. And yeah, I'm in tears just thinking. I got family things going on right now with a niece. So yeah. By the sluggish, I should have let it go for at least twice. 10-minute cool down, but I got to get up this hill so I can get to church. And I'm not one that likes to show up late or on time. I like to be early. Push it just a little further because I wanted to make it up to that shade. Because I don't want to overheat, get too warm or sweaty before I go to church. So, trudge along at 3 miles an hour. Because, we're at 2 now. Because get off and walk the rest of the way because let's see, I can hop off and still because all the way to the hike can be and everything else up the hill. I knew it would take me longer to get to church than get downtown from home because this is a hill and I'm pulling some weight. Letting the bike cool down and just thinking, I'm normally not one to let others see my emotions, but, I guess I'm changing the way everything is happening, and, life is just forcing me to change, but one of the issues I'm dealing with is a niece on my support in the hospital, and we don't really know. Hooked up the tubes and all that kind of stuff. And I don't even show emotions around family. I don't like to, show any of them. I mean, before I confront anybody, I'll wipe off all my tears and act like nothing's wrong. Everything's going good. Because that's just the way I've always been. But if God was telling me I need to change or what, because since I started recording my life, I started being more open and doing more than I normally do. people that have possibly at my church have noticed it once or twice, but I can't always, like when they ask for prayer, I can't always ask myself. I need to start writing it down ahead of time, because even when in the middle of service, when I'm asking, when you're asking for prayer, I get emotional. I get choked up, and I don't like to do that. Don't like to do that when I'm talking to people in a situation like that. So, I want to get there early, write it on a prayer request so I don't have to speak. Because I know if I speak to ask for prayer for my niece or my health issues I've been dealing with or anything, my emotions will take over. I'll lose it. I don't know if it's the health issues get worse or what, but I just seem to be, for some reason, my mind goes emotional lately, and a lot more than it's ever done in the past. I don't know if you heard that. I know there's ice in here, but I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, raspberry ice drink, one of them ice caffeine drinks. I couldn't remember what I put in there. I was like, what was carbonated that could make that popping pressure sound? But oh yeah, my memory, I better double check everything. That's not dragging on the ground no more. We started this sometime before the bottom of the hill. Spare battery already charged for the camera. So, put that in our pocket for now. Here's the dealio. This is what I normally do. Around here, like this, and then into the phone. Because that one works better than that one. And as long as I don't accidentally step on it, which I don't, once I get to the hill and I'm not pedaling, I don't have to worry about that. That works. The other day, what happens, I accidentally kicked it and it dragged on the ground. But battery's charged. Now I got to get my phone and make sure it's charged up. Okay. So, phone charging, bike back on. Pump the brakes twice just to make sure that the motor is engaged, because e-bike has hydraulic brakes knows that they're cut off. Sometimes you can hit the throttle and you won't go nowhere if you gotta pump the brakes. Yeah, we're actually one of those, even after that, and then on the last one too, I noticed it was one of those slower on start off, so it just must be I got all the weight, everything in the trailer. I'm actually pulling it instead of carrying it. Yeah, see, it's not even, didn't make it far at all. Okay, just carrying a bit of weight in the trailer. And we can't be late for church, so just walk it a little bit. Guess we're gonna have to take a longer break up here. So, in order to conserve battery life in case I do any after church activities, cleanups and stuff, I'm gonna have to not record me waiting for this to time out twice, I think. 5 minutes didn't do it the first time, so I think I'm gonna let it sit for 5 minutes. The computer shuts down and turns off the bike. Turn it back on. And then when it turns off the second time, then I should be able to go and hopefully make the rest of the hill, because not far after this light it starts to level out, not as steep. You know, it's still a little bit of a hill, but it's not, it grades out more. So for now, stop recording.